or being able to pay something to help me out.
Have you ever asked her, ma'am, you'll have your opportunity to speak. Have you ever asked her to pay child support?
We've seen plenty of careless parents, but this woman takes the cake, doing everything she can to dodge her child support obligations.
Mr. Brooks, it looks like you filed this case. Tell me what's going on.
Well, actually, I'm here today because I really feel like my counterpart here, my co-parent, she is intentionally working just to not even pay or help out in child support.
Thomas Brooks had enough. He's been footing the bill for his child alone, while the mother, Heather Brooks, thought she was off the hook just because she was on disability benefits.
I am a full-time father. I'm also a full-time employee, and I don't get as much money on a week-to-week basis. And I'm really looking for just a little help or support in what we created together. And it seems like she's kind of trying to run out on her responsibility in this with me, and I don't think that's fair.
He's clearly desperate for support, and to be fair, he's a stand-up dad for doing his part. But here's the kicker, he actually earns less than his ex, and she knew it. She didn't want to cough up a penny for their kid.
I've asked her to help out with some of the expenses that our child occurs throughout, even like a regular school year, or to maybe go attend different events, but...
What type of expenses are you speaking about?
Well,
wait till you hear his demands and realize that his claims were not extravagant to begin with.
Speaking of expenses, maybe like as far as childcare, all right, tuition, because I prefer that our child gets maybe a better education other than maybe what the public system will provide.
Was he wrong for expecting his ex to chip in for basic child care costs like health care and education, things that any responsible parent should contribute to without being asked?
Okay, ma'am, what he's asking for is not unreasonable. You're not willing to do that?
Your Honor, it is unreasonable.
How is it unreasonable?
He knows I'm disabled, for one.
What is your disability?
I hurt my leg.
Okay.
And so I'm not able to work as I would like to, and he knows that. He knows that.
She wasn't just making herself look bad, she was proving exactly why people get fed up with situations like this. And right from the start, she was already losing ground in this case. And there it is, the disability card she had up her sleeve this whole time. But let's be real, plenty of parents out there push through tough circumstances to give their kids a better life.
You are aware, though, that in the state of Texas, you can be ordered to pay child support and the money comes directly out of your disability check.
I did not know that, Your Honor.
Yes.
That alone shatters the nonsense she was trying to sell. Judge Vonda B shut down the only excuse this selfish mom had left. She probably thought the disability card would be her golden ticket. But nope, the judge crushed it on the spot.
Well, I don't think that's right. Because
wait a minute, ma'am. But you think it's right for him to pay all of the expenses for the child every month?
So it's unfair for her to pay child support, but totally fine for her ex to cover everything? Is she delusional?
Answer my question. Do you think that's right?
No, Your Honor, but he's doing this because I stopped messing with him. I go over there.
What do you mean by stop messing with him?
I still go over to his house and we still mess around. And I just decided to cut it off because my leg has been killing me.
She really showed up to court with the weakest excuses, only to make herself look like a complete idiot.
Okay, that's the first.
But that's why we don't have a relationship now.
But that's not what you said.
Why? Excuse me.
Sorry,
Excuse me.
Sorry.
What do you mean by that's why you all don't have a relationship now?
Because she's spending all her time up there working on the pole for money.
Funny how the same job that covered her bills just fine before was suddenly a struggle when it comes to supporting her own kid. She sure loves her money, squirming out of responsibility even after the judge laid out her yearly earnings.
On the documents that you turned in with your 1099s, you were making about $65,000 a year.
What?
The what says a lot, doesn't it?
He knew.
These documents are accurate, correct?
They're pretty much accurate.
Even whether he knew or not, you were making money and you're not supporting.
I am supporting,
shooting.
but I will say he does a lot. He does most of it because I am hurt and he knows that. So he's been pretty nice about that until now.
She tried to hide the fact that she was raking in more cash dancing at a strip club than he was working full-time. But no matter how hard she clung to that lie, the truth kept spilling through every crack the judge poked.
Thank you.
And I do not need you
Yes,
to
Your Honor.
echo me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now address me. What were you saying?
We would have our rendezvous.
Rather than showing a shred of humility, she doubled down, refusing to accept reality. But like it or not, the court wasn't buying her nonsense. She was going to pay child support, end of story.
To your paperwork, you have a 4th child.
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't know she had another child?
Your Honor, I had no clue.
You were not going to tell this man that you have another child?
But when it seemed like the case was wrapping up, a bombshell was dropped that left everyone in the courtroom stunned. The tension skyrocketed when the judge revealed that Heather had a 4th child. Keeping that little detail hidden from her ex only made her tangled web of lies unravel even faster. Now there's no escaping the truth.
About to play these games with you. You save those games for your old job on the pole, okay? This is a serious matter. You need to be paying child support to this man, okay?
No surprise, the judge finally lost patience and called her out in front of the whole courtroom. She had it coming for a while, and honestly, the ruling was clear from the start.
So your total monthly obligation is $271.20. That is to be paid on the 1st of each month, and it will be paid directly to him. Child support obligation and the Medicaid coverage. You understand, ma'am?
She just refused to face reality. Just look at how disappointed and confused she looks.
And I'm confused as to why you haven't been giving him any money to support this child.
Because I've been giving him other things, Your Honor. And
What other type of things are you talking about that he gets from you?
After all that scheming to dodge responsibility for her own child, she still had the audacity to pull faces and act clueless. And just wait till you hear what she tried to pass off as her contribution to her ex's struggles. It's laughable.
I give you, please.
I'm asking you.
Your Honor, I give him lap dances. I give him
Oh,
everything
okay.
you can
See,
think of.
that's too much. That's too much. I'm referring to anything that you give him for the child.
Is she for real right now? Does she actually think lap dances count as a helping hand to her ex's struggles?
What else have you been giving him to take care of this child?
I give him about $20 every other week.
$20 every other week. Sir,
Ma'am. Your Honor.
about how much does it cost you a month in expenses for this child?
At this point, we wouldn't be surprised if she started confusing her own house with the bar she works at. Let's stack her measly $20 a week against the mountain of expenses her ex covers just to give their child a decent life.
Theater daycare is $115 a week, just to make sure she's getting a quality education, along with the expenses of clothes, food, entertainment, things like that. I would probably put another 100 or so on that.
Yeah, doesn't quite add up, does it? The look on her face says it all. She's been completely oblivious to the financial strain. And let's be real, it's not because her ex kept her in the dark.
He can live and take care of this child off of $20, ma'am. Your child requires more than $20. So,
The look on her face says it all.
and you make another $65,000, and this man comes back for an increase in child support, I can't entertain that. Yes, don't look confused. I can entertain that. As you get an increase, your child also gets an increase.
For women who think they can rob their ex-husbands blind with courtroom theatrics, this verdict is a cold, hard shot of justice, forcing her to finally face the consequences of the selfish choices she's dodged for way too long.